Check-A-Pro Joe here on the Check-A-Pro radio show talking home improvement. Jeff Gabelsberg from Jolly Goat Garage Doors is joining me today to answer a question from a listener. Hello, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing great, Joe. How about yourself?
Hey, I am living the dream. Love talking to you. You're always up. I love your logo, by the way. Let's talk about the goat behind
Thank
you with
you.
the spring. Absolutely love it. It is a great brand. I have told you before, it reminds me for some reason of my childhood, and I had a great childhood. So very positive.
Well, awesome. I love to hear that. Positive vibes.
Positive vibes. So questions come in. Why should I consider an insulated garage door? I want to hear your answer, and then I might chime in after because I have insulated garage doors and I love mine. And the reason why I love mine may not be one of the top reasons, because there's a number of reasons why people should consider an insulated door.
Okay. Yeah, there are a number of reasons. It's a great question. There's a lot to it because every application is a little bit different, and the needs of homeowners and business owners that have an insulated garage door, insulated need can always vary. The majority of it is, every home that's built is insulated, right? The walls, the attic, but the garage space is usually not unless somebody added that. So a lot of times, everybody knows in the wintertime or summertime, depending on what market you're in the country, you walk from your home out to the garage and it's super cold in the wintertime. There's a big temperature difference in between those walls. And whether that's heat or cold. A really well insulated door, the correct, nicer, heavier insulated doors can make a huge difference on that insulation value from your garage to your home space, and in turn and save you quite a bit of money over the course of a year in your heating, electric, gas bills, depending on again what part of the country you're in. So it makes a big difference insulation value wise, but you have to go with a better insulated door. There are multiple different types out there. And your garage door professional, for the listeners, they'll be able to go over all those different options with you. Something that we always recommend is going with the urethane-injected doors. They're really nice. It's a great insulation product. And in most cases, it's a higher R value, which is the insulation value is rated by what they call an R value. It's higher than what's in the walls of the home, and that makes a huge difference. Another big reason is for sound quality. Some people live in areas where it might be a high traffic area. They might have, kids that play outside a lot on a regular basis. And if your garage door is insulated, it also insulates against sound as well. So that's another area that we'll talk to some homeowners about as far as the insulation factor. Those are just a couple of things.
Yeah. I love my doors. I've got a double and a single. They have the glass in it and they're insulated. So the top reason, believe it or not, that I love my insulated garage doors is for sound, but not to keep the sound out, but for how quiet those strong doors are. Because even if it rattles a little bit going down, it's not like one of those hollow metal doors that just clank, 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 clank. It's just solid. It's like when you slam the door of a nice big truck or a Cadillac and it goes poof, it's solid versus a tinny car. That's what I like about it. It's kind of masculine and strong and just it feels like it's built well.
Absolutely. That's a very great point, Joe. So, on those heavier insulated doors, they also most of the time come with a better product as well. So it's a heavier door than the non-insulated cheap ones. So you're going to get heavier duty hinges, right? Heavier duty hardware, heavier duty rollers that are built to withstand a heavier gauge door. And all of those products are going to operate smoother and quieter and ultimately going to last a lot longer over time. It's always a good investment to go with a heavier insulated door.
Yeah, and for those of you who aren't sure about the heavier door versus the lighter door in terms of operation, the spring is doing the heavy lifting here, so it doesn't really matter how heavy the door is. It's not going to really impact your garage door opener. The spring has to be fit properly for that door, right, Jeff? So
That's correct.
The bigger, the heavier the door, the beefier that spring has to be, but the spring's doing the work.
That's correct. That's a great point. Yeah, we use the word heavy and light, but it doesn't make any difference to anybody that's around the garage door because you can still lift a door that's properly balanced with the right springs on it, whether it's a 800-pound door or a 200-pound door. As long as it's balanced correctly, like it should be from a garage door professional, you're going to be able to lift that door up and down pretty easy with one hand.
Mm. Hey, I thought of another reason why it's good to have an insulated door.
What you got?
It has a back and it's easier to clean. You can literally wipe it down. But if it's a
That's
hollow
true.
back door, you got sharp
Yeah.
edges too. That's another thing. You got more sharp edges in a hollow back door. You just do.
Then think about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Hey,
Yeah, it is a
we could
much,
probably
much
come up
better
with
appearance.
5 or 6 good reasons. And
Absolutely.
I don't see any reason other than it is a little more expensive, but I'm telling you, I think my garage doors will last longer because everything is beefier, just stronger hinges and rollers and everything. And I think I'll get more money when I sell my home. No one's going to really say, oh boy, I'm going to spend a little bit more money on the house because it has the insulated doors, but it's going to be that overall feeling when they go into the garage. I think it'd be like,
yeah,
these people take care
that's a
of
good
their
point.
home. Yeah.
Yeah. And we like to use that a lot. We work with a lot with realtors and some of the biggest feedback I get from realtors when they're showing a home is, they got this nice, beautiful home. They're showing everything going great. And then they get to show it and they're in the garage and they hit that button and it's just clanking and making all this grinding and noises. And then they'll say, oh, hey, I went to this home. We were showing it. It was super quiet. What's going on with that? And I'll say, well, there's a nice heavy duty insulated door and there was a great investment. So a potential person on the market that's looking at a home to buy, they're not going to get thrown off it's going to be a more positive experience and not going to get thrown off by a door that's clanking and making a lot of noise and grinding and squeaking through there. And a heavier insulated door, you're never going to have that issue with.
If the homeowner's taking care of their garage door, they're taking care of their electric, their plumbing, their air conditioning, and the roofing. And those are the big expensive things. So it's
absolutely
very important to make that consideration.
Good point.
Gabelsberg from Jolly Goat. Thank you. As always, I appreciate having you here on the program.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joe. Have a good one.